A drugs boss who boasted he could make £30,000 a week and specialised in adulterating cocaine for organised crime groups across the country has been jailed for 19 years and 6 months. Richard Weild, 39, of Mount Pleasant Road, Wallasey, Merseyside, was known for his expertise in bulking out multi-kilo deals of cocaine with brand label Netflix stamped onto individual blocks. Weild, whose clothing collection and watch collection was worth at least £70,000, operated on the encrypted communications platform EncroChat under the name Blacklable. He had more than 50 criminal contacts in his network, including some overseas, and there was evidence he supplied crime groups, including county lines drug gangs, across the northwest and as far afield as Plymouth and Southampton. His EncroChat messages indicated that some of these groups utilised highways maintenance vehicles and removal trucks as a disguise to move on the roads during lockdown restrictions. EncroChat was dismantled in 2020 and the National Crime Agency led Operation Venetic, the UK law enforcement response. The National Crime Agency gathered messages Weild had sent and received on EncroChat between March and June 2020 to the specialist Merseyside Organised Crime Partnership, which comprises National Crime Agency and Merseyside police officers. They proved that in just 4 months, Weild had adulterated at least 62 kilos of cocaine for other organised crime gangs. He also supplied at least 14.75 kilos of cocaine, 2 kilos of heroin and 41.5 kilos of cannabis to his own customers in that time frame. Evidence showed he also directed couriers to transport at least $800,000 in cash during the same short time period to UK locations. NCA Senior Manager Mick Maloney said Richard Weild was well connected and viewed by organised crime gangs as a real asset. He made vast amounts of money by happily playing a role in an illegal trade that kills people and destroys lives and communities. He's going to spend a long time in prison and a world away from his flashy lifestyle and the expensive goods he bought from the proceeds of crime. The OCP was created to help protect Merseyside from firearms and drugs crime, and Wild's imprisonment is a good result for us all. Weild owned a gasworks motor company in Wavertree, Liverpool, and masqueraded under the guise of a legitimate businessman. It is believed he made well over £1 million from around June 2019 to his arrest date in November 2021 by altering hundreds of kilos of cocaine for organised crime gangs around the country. Weild was sentenced on the basis that he admitted supplying 5 kilos of heroin, 176 kilos of cocaine and 200 kilos of cannabis, although investigators believe he may have supplied hundreds more to his own customers over a number of years. Wild's EncroChat phone contained nearly 20,000 messages of him talking about how much money he made. "I am happy cracking on, I can make 30k a week sometimes, easy money," his messages read. Weild employed an assistant, John Morris, 50, to look after a safe house in Dale Meadow Road, Knotty Ash, Liverpool, where Morris lived and where they bulked out the Class A drugs. The pair were arrested on the 9th of November 2021. Approximately 20 kilos of Class A and B drugs were seized from the safe house, 2.214 kilos of cocaine, 3,171 tablets, a Class A hallucinogen, 35.4 grams of MDMA, 16.75 kilos of cannabis, 1.5 kilos of cannabis resin, along with 22 kilos of adulterants and paraphernalia used for the large-scale adulteration of cocaine. 13 cars were seized from Wild's motor business. A Proceeds of Crime Act investigation into Wild's wealth is underway. Judge David Aubrey, KC, said Weild ran a highly sophisticated, serious organised crime group and dealt in huge quantities of drugs. He added that Weild was leading the good life at the expense of others with his trade of misery and destruction. Weild pleaded guilty at Liverpool Crown Court in January 2022 to conspiracy to supply cocaine, heroin, MDMA, 2CB, cannabis and transferring criminal property. Morris admitted to conspiracy to supply cocaine, MDMA, 2CB and possession with intent to supply cannabis. He was jailed for 10 years. Though Weild pleaded guilty more than a year ago, sentencing hearings were repeatedly adjourned after he sacked numerous defence barristers. Earlier this year, he appeared in court with a revised basis of a plea in which he admitted supplying wholesale quantities of cocaine, but minutes later sacked his barrister and said he wished to change his plea to not guilty. Weeks later, he reversed this decision again. Please like, share and comment and subscribe. Thank you.